Greetings friends, That Gaming Author here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel. In the last episode, we watched a lot of cutscenes, and I honestly didn't commentate all that much because of it. I intended on making last episode longer, but I thought it was a good point to stop once we gained control again. And in this episode, we will be traversing the Old Schoolhouse. Now looking at the minimap, you can see those red arrows indicate where monsters are, and we are going to very quickly get into a scrap with one, as you'll see probably around the corner.
Yikes! A monster!
Huh, never seen this kind before.
Looks like a flying feline. Careful, everyone.
Alright, gotta jump on him.
The wind's behind us. Let's go!
Here we go!
So, let's see, we do have battle scopes. That's really nice. So, let's start off by using a battle scope right on one of these guys. We'll check out what they're weak or strong against. Alright, so it looks like they mostly are weak against fire, and they drop you materials. That's really nice. I actually might want to grind some of these at some point.
Leave it to me.
So, doesn't look like our buddy Gaius here can use arts quite yet. So we're going to have him focus on just doing regular physical attacks. Oh, neither of them can do arts. Have they equipped their Master Quartz yet? I'm gonna have to check that out, actually.
Here we go!
Oh, wait a minute, we can't use arts yet.
It's my turn. There!
I just thought of that. I think we have to wait until we get a tutorial in which that explains how arts work. So the game's probably stopping us for the time being.
Time is precious.
Let's see.
We should hurry.
Did they drop anything? That's they dropped an ingredient, which I guess is better than nothing. But you know what I really want.
Please tell me there aren't more of those things lurking around here.
I hate to tell you, but I can sense more further in.
Anyway, let's just stay alert.
So that's just a tutorial telling us we can access this. The record will show us, well, battle records, so how many battles we've been in, how many of those we won, or how many of those we lost, how many times we've escaped, things like that. And it'll show you per area where you can, where certain enemies are. So it's a nice little feature. And we're going to want to focus on trying to get as many of these as we can. I don't think this will be a 100% playthrough, but we'll try our best. And as you can see...
Huh. There seems to be a treasure chest here.
A treasure chest. This looks like another quartz. So we can set this into our Arcus units? Most likely. Let's give it a try. So, Elliot's the one I'm going to want having casting the most arts, so we're going to go ahead and give this to him. It has a 20% chance of inflicting Petrify, targets one enemy, and it is Earth Elemental. Let's see, so they do both have default arts on their Master Quartz. As you can see, Elliot actually has a tier, which is a healing ability. It's pretty handy. So right now, Elliot is kind of like our mage, so to say. It's going to be pretty helpful. Is that? It looks like an orbment charging station. We went over this in the first episode. This could be a lifesaver if we find ourselves flagging after a tough battle. Yeah, we should come back here and rest if we need to, just to be on the safe side. We'll keep it in mind, but for the time being, we're handling ourselves pretty well, actually. So let's go ahead and just check out what's going on further in here. Ah, here we go. I don't think physical attacks are going to be very effective against that monster. I think you're right. We'll need to rely on arts this time. Got it. Actually, attacking with my orbital staff has basically the same effect as an art, just without any casting time. So if worst comes to worst, I should be able to just run up and smack it. Wow, really? I can see that thing coming in handy. Well, we're counting on you to lead the charge then. Here goes nothing. Alright, and of course they make it face us, but you know what we can do? If you're impatient and don't want to wait for it to turn around, just lure it towards you, and then you can smack it from behind, and
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
there you go.
Here we go.
Bob's your uncle. Let's go ahead and use one real quick. So let's see. So it looks like they're mostly weak against fire and earth. They're a little resistant to wind though, so might as well demonstrate this. So let's go ahead and attack the weakest one.
Marcus, activate.
So we'll have him cast that, and then you can cast this. And then we'll have Reen go ahead and cast Firebolt on the third guy. See, so it doesn't deal as much damage, but this should deal a little more. We'll also go over what determines the damage you deal with magic attacks. But elemental affinities do make a difference in terms of how much damage you deal to an enemy.
I go where the wind takes me.
So let's go into the status screen. So you can see on the left there are the different stats. There's strength, defense. ATS and ADF are kind of like magic attack and magic defense basically. So that's what determines the amount of damage you'll deal base... Oh, whoops, hit the turbo mode button. On the PS4 version, if you hit L2, you can activate turbo mode, which is usually good if you're trying to grind, but I don't use it that much. So as you can see, Elliot's ATS is much higher than either of the other two's. Even though Reen dealt more damage than Gaius did against the same enemy because his magic attack had a bit of a higher...
I'm starting to lose my sense of direction down here.
Yeah, gotta make sure we're not going in circles.
He had a better chance of dealing more damage because of the elemental affinities that we just talked about. So am I going the right way by accident? I am. I'm pretty sure we missed some treasure back here, so I think if we press this button, yes. R1 allows you to dash. I don't usually dash when I'm progressing, but if I am backtracking, I do like using it. Here we go. Oh, we got 50 of each Sepith. So, we haven't really seen what Sepith is needed for yet, but we'll definitely be seeing it as the game progresses. Now, if we head over here, there should be another enemy. An insectoid monster, huh? Looks like that shell can take a real beating. Might be pretty tough to take it down. Agreed. We'll need to keep our wits about us against this one. We should probably give it everything we've got, arts and crafts included, and see what works best. Oh, it turned around. Perfect. Crap. Let me slap you in the back. There we go. So, instead of stars appearing around it, you saw that there were actually, it was like a bit of electric static, I guess you could say. Oh, can I not get both of them? Oh, that sucks. Oh, no, I can. Okay, perfect. So, when you have an attack that can target like a certain range instead of a specific enemy, you can adjust it and try to deal as much damage as you can. I just usually tap the D-pad until I have everything targeted that I want. So, this ability, Autumn Leaf Cutter, actually makes it to where you can delay enemy turns. And it is really handy.
Leave it to me.
I really appreciate it. And let's see, I want you to deal damage too, so you can focus on the ones that Reen's already damaged. Yeah, let's get these guys. And then I'll probably have Elliot use a battle scope on one of them, and I won't have him worry about dealing damage yet. I figured that since Reen and Gaius had a high amount of CP, we might as well get that taken care of. Okay, so they're weak to fire. So let's go ahead and get the ones that are most likely to attack us first.
My turn!
And then his is an, Resounding Beat, so that's a buff. So it increases defense by 25% and gives us HP regen, which is very handy. Okay, so we can't exactly get close enough, but we'll get another turn soon.
It's my turn.
Alright, so he still has a fair amount of CP, so let's go ahead and use this. Just get as much damage in as we can clock in. And I don't think these enemies really have the ability to damage us. Oh, they're actually all paralyzed, so technically I don't even need to use CP, but we can use it to just go ahead and end the fight nice and quickly. There we go, nice and swift resolution.
Safe for now.
Look at that XP, not HP. Gotta love seeing it.
Elliot, are you okay?
I don't see any obvious injuries.
I'm okay. I was just so relieved the fight was over. The strength kind of just left my legs. I'm amazed how calm you two are. You don't seem tired or worried or anything.
I guess I'm just used to fighting monsters like these.
You need a hand?
No, I'll be fine. It was just a momentary lapse on my part. I can get up. And there we go.
Look out!
Elliot!
What?
No!
What?
Looks like I made it just in time. Thank Adios for that.
Oh, it's you!
You said your name was Machias, right?
That's right. I came to realize that I shouldn't have just stormed off like I did. I let that arrogant noble goad me into losing my composure, acting on impulse. So I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I acted foolishly, and I hope you can forgive me for it.
No sweat. Water under the bridge.
Yeah, we all have moments when we say or do things we regret. That's human nature for you. Oh, and thanks for saving me, by the way.
I'm just glad I happened to be passing by. After I cooled my head, I decided to retrace my steps, and there you were. Is it just the three of you here?
Yeah, we stood around talking for a while, so the others are probably ahead of us at this point.
I don't think there's any reason to go back any farther. I can't imagine you'll find anyone there.
I see. I don't suppose you'd mind if I came with you, would you? I'm reasonably skilled with a gun, so you might find it useful having me along.
Sure thing. Welcome aboard. The name's Rean Schwarzer.
I'm Elliot Craig. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Guy Warzel. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure's mine, I assure you. My name is Machias Regnitz. Could I ask you what social class you each belong to? I realize how that must sound, considering my recent outburst. But please, don't take it personally. I'm simply curious to know who I'm associating with.
Well, both my parents are commoners.
Likewise, though my homeland has no class system to begin with.
Ah, so you're from abroad then? What about you, Rean?
Well... let's just say I haven't got a drop of noble blood in my veins. So I guess we're all in equal standing here.
Well, that's a relief. We should probably get moving then. Somewhat concerned about the girls, as you might imagine. I'd feel much better if we were around to help if they wound up in danger.
Yeah, I suppose there's strength in numbers.
All right, let's go.
Alright, we have our fourth party member. That's sure to come in handy. So, we're still looking alright, even after that fight. In my hard mode file, that fight was actually surprisingly challenging. Like, I was surprised how hard it was.
What's a place like this even doing on school grounds?
Yeah, who puts a giant trapdoor in a campus building?
Asking the important questions here. Oh, Got a little bit of Mirage Sephic, that's always nice. And let's see, will you stay turned around? You will not. There we go. Slap you on the back,
Now's our chance.
and
we
we're
can
good
do
to
this.
go. It's another big group, but you know what? Not a mind. That just means it's a larger group of enemies for us to destroy and gain experience through.
My turn.
Let's see, so his CP attack is mostly just a buff. We don't really need that
my
at the
turn.
moment. So we're going to go ahead and use his to finish off the group that Rain attacked. And then Machias has a little bit of an AoE attack of his own. Or, well, I guess I'm thinking of later. So, his regular physical attack is actually an AoE, because it's like a spread shot, so
Right.
it's actually pretty good. Let's attack the one here, because I assume Rain should be in range to attack this last one. He is, that's perfect.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
I always appreciate when the game cooperates. It's always nice.
All right.
Nice.
Alright, so it looks like everyone but Maki is leveled up. What level is he actually? Oh, he's already level 4, so that would explain why. So I don't think the game expected me to grind in that first area just yet. So we should be okay. Alright. You know what, let's lure this flying feline over. That way we can just... There we go.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Yes, let's get him
My
indeed.
turn.
So, there aren't many here. I don't find the need for Rain to exactly use his attack
Leave
at
it
the
to me.
moment. So let's go ahead and spread damage around since we got the
My
jump
turn.
on them. And he's dealing critical damage, so
Leave it.
might as... Okay, so it doesn't look like he can attack both of them, which is unfortunate,
Here we go.
but they're both just about dead anyway, so we don't even have to worry
That's the
about
power
that.
of the 8 leaves.
Whew, forgot to breathe during that sentence. Always happens. I get really caught up in what I'm trying to say, and I either get tongue-tied, or I just lose track of what I'm trying to say, or
Now's our
I
chance.
run out of
Let's
breath.
get him.
Just happens.
My turn.
But you know what? It's normal. Let's see. So we have triple advantage. I want to see what happens. Okay, so either way, his turn's gonna get delayed.
Arcus.
So we're going to go ahead and have everyone, except for Elliot, use Arts. Because
It's my
Elliot's
turn.
going to be pretty good, so we don't have to worry about him.
Right.
And let's spread some damage around. Oh,
All right, let's keep
we
moving.
didn't even need to use Arts there. I guess I guess I forget I'm playing on easy mode sometimes. So things like that happen, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess the battle's over already. Nothing wrong with it. Again, like I said, not really having anything to prove. I am just playing this for the story. The gameplay is fun, don't get me wrong,
Now's our
but
chance.
sometimes
Here we go.
it's really easy to get hung up on some of the harder
There.
boss fights, and that's never a good time.
Leave it to me.
Alright, yeah, since you're dealing critical damage, go ahead and damage some of the guys that haven't been hit yet. And you get 0 arts, so let's have some fun. Let's go ahead and use our new spell.
Leave
I
it
think
to
that's
me.
our first time seeing that.
There's no time to waste.
Oh man, we're already making pretty decent progress in terms of the level in terms of the levels I want to gain. I want to get up to level 7 before the area's boss fight.
We meet again.
Good to see you guys are hanging in there.
I'm glad the 4 of you are unharmed as well.
Well, it seems you've cooled your head a bit at least.
Yes, I've calmed down now.
At any rate, I don't believe I've introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Laura S. Arcade, from the town of Legram. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Huh. Legram.
That's down on the southeastern outskirts of the Empire, isn't it?
Correct. It's an old castle town on the shores of Lake Ebble. We're connected to the rest of the country by train, but other than that, it's a fairly remote region.
That name sounds so familiar. Wait, so your father would be...
Yes, my father is Viscount Arcade, Lord of the Graham. Do you take issue with that?
No, not at all.
Machias, was it? I can only speak for myself, but I don't feel I've ever done anything to bring shame upon myself in Adios' eyes. And I fully believe the same to be true of my father.
Please, I meant no offense. I'm sorry if I, Say, I don't believe we've been introduced.
I'm Emma Milstein. Like Laura, I come from a distant region of the Empire. I was only able to attend Thor's thanks to a scholarship, in fact. It's very nice to meet you.
A scholarship? Indeed. Now that you mention it, our instructor did say yours was the top score on the entrance exam. To think I was outdone. By a girl, no less.
You must be quite the prodigy.
Maybe it seems like it now, but really, I'm not. I don't have any training in the martial arts either, so this is the weapon they recommended for me.
Oh, cool! You got an orbital staff too. Yours looks different from mine, though.
Huh, so it does. I wonder if it's just cosmetic.
Is something the matter? We're all acquainted now. It's only proper that you introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Lisa R. from Ruhr. It's a pleasure to meet almost all of you.
Elisa.
Ruhr, huh? What's it like living there? There's probably a new technological breakthrough every week.
The Rhineford Company is based in Ruhr, and they're the largest heavy industry corporation on the continent, aren't they?
I suppose they are.
So, hey. I guess that bow must have been in that case you had with you when we first met, right? I've never seen one like it. Is there some kind of orbital mechanism built in?
There is, but I don't see how that's any of your business.
Ouch.
Yeah. Anyone got any ideas on what to do now? We've all run into each other wandering around. How about we stick together?
I think that would be for the best. It's not safe for a group of girls to travel alone. You may require protection.
You needn't to be concerned about that.
I beg your pardon?
I don't mean to boast, but I'm confident my swordsmanship will be more than sufficient to protect us. For now, I think it's best to remain in separate groups. There are still 2 of us who remain unaccounted for.
That's right. We still haven't run into that silver-haired girl.
In that case, 2 teams means double the chance to find them. 2 teams is double the coverage. Chance of crossing paths with our missing companions. How's that sound?
I have no objections. So then, shall we be off?
All right.
We'll see the 4 of you later then.
She really doesn't seem like she's gonna let that go, does she?
It was clearly an accident. Everyone could see that. But I don't suppose it makes any difference to her. Still, is no one else worried about leaving a group of girls to fend for themselves in a place like this? There are 4 of us here. Perhaps one of us should go follow them.
I don't think we have anything to worry about as long as Laura's with them. She really wears her skill on her sleeve. I doubt she drags around a sword that big just for show.
It's certainly an enormous blade. I'd call it comically huge if it didn't look so dangerous. But at the end of the day, a lady is a lady.
She's taller and sturdier than I am, though I admit it's still hard to believe anyone could swing that beast of a sword.
I'll bet she can whip it around without breaking a sweat. The Arside School of Swordsmanship serves as a general basis for the techniques used by knights throughout the Empire. And Father the Viscount is arguably the strongest swordsman in the country. People call him the Radiant Blade Master. I doubt any of the other students here could even stand their ground against her in combat, much less beat her.
Wow.
Interesting. I didn't know there were still roots of the old knightly styles alive in the Empire.
You sure know a lot about this stuff, Reen. A hobby of yours?
I'm a swordsman myself. I guess the lore sort of comes with the territory. At any rate, how about we pick up the search? I'm worried about that silver-haired girl, and we still need to track down Duke Albarea's son, too.
That's true.
I couldn't care less what happens to that pompous ass. He can rot down here.
Come on now, that's no way to treat someone you just met.
Looks like the path splits. Which way do you think we should go?
I feel a little wind blowing from the east. I bet the exit's that way.